Oh, so we're kicking out all the Chinese? Is this what I'm hearing? We're kicking out all the Chinese of the that are going to colleges? That's a lot. That's a lot. Remember, they pay full rate. All of these people do.
I'm actually curious as to how many Chinese...
300,000, I think.
But how many of those are actually a member of the party?
You don't have to be a member of the party.
Well, that's what they said they're going at, is people with ties to members to the CCP.
I think if you are I talked to Gordon Chang about this, I was talking to my wife about this last night. You may be born and raised in America, as American as possible, but grandma and grandpa still live in China. And now you're working somewhere in a laboratory on one of these Ivy League campuses or somewhere, and they're developing something that China would love to know about. When you get and it's somebody from China who you don't know talking about your grandparents who maybe you met once because they play the long game. There are people that have come over here when they're children and become American citizens. And could they expect a knock at the door? Absolutely. It is the long game. And that's what China does. That's why I continue to say, we'll talk a little bit about the tariff stuff later, because once again, welcome again to modern politics, which is modern politics is fought like this. We vote for people. They're in power. Other people sue who didn't vote for those people. It goes to courts. Those courts then do something. And then it goes up to a higher court. Then we get a ruling. So maybe we should vote for the judges we want. Maybe that'd be easier to do. So the thing about China, though, their long game, they don't care. And I've never cared about the tariffs against China. Go harder, go bigger. Because if they are who we say they are, who we think they are, then what the hell are we doing? Why are we even participating in any of this? Why? If the goal is the next 10 years for us and them to battle it out, hopefully never on the battlefield, to the point where we can see, us and the world decoupling from them, and at least the way that they are now. Doesn't mean we can't bring Baby Bird back into the fold. Oh, you changing your ways? Come on back, baby. Come on back. We're good with you. Come on. Doesn't mean that. But it means as long as you've got somebody who's a Maoist, whose ultimate goal is to control the world and build it in their image, then this is what we need to do. So I have zero problems with that. None. And they're an economic force. Apple right now, for you guys not keeping score, Apple's getting their asses kicked by China. Absolutely throttled by China. And their technology is damn good. Why? Well, because it's ours, and they steal it. And they have. And then they tinker with it, and they do it in such a way that they're making stuff better. I mean, Elon right now, I think it's that BYD company, that car is half the price, goes farther, charges quicker. I mean, there's some, you've got, there's competition, there's real things. They became an economic force, not just of making cheap goods for us around the globe and for a workforce. So, yeah, I have zero problems with those kind of tariffs and doing the thing that's right to protect ours. No doubt we should be looking at that. Just like we talked about with all the illegal immigration. How many, fighting age men came over here? Because that's the way you always do it. It's like, you don't say 22-year-olds, say fighting age man, but that were Chinese that escaped there. And many of them maybe escaped because it was persecution. They understood it. But how many of them came here and you're like, well, where are they now? What are they doing? We've heard about police forces, their secret police force. We've heard about all those things. So we understand that. So being strong in that situation, I got no problems with, because I see a lot of people freaking out about this. Now, do I think we need to kick every foreign student out of here? No. Is it going to work the way that Trump wants? No. It isn't. And, is it going to be a tit for tat? Of course it is. Welcome to the world of, modern politics, between nations, between people, between parties. This is what happens. And, we'll find out. You've already got an injunction that's out there because that was going to always happen, because that's the first thing you do nowadays. Just like last night. What happened? Trump loses in that court where there's only 3 judges. It's a small court, an international trade court in New York. And you had a Republican appointed judge, another Republican appointed judge, and an Obama appointed judge. And they voted 3-0 on the trade. And you're going to get this thing here with Harvard. This was always going to end up in a battle when it comes to student visas and whatnot.
There were an estimated 280,000 Chinese students studying in the U.S. last year. If applied to a broad portion of that number, the move could disrupt a major source of income for American schools and really a critical pipeline of talent for U.S. technology companies too. Even before Rubio's announcement, there was this unease circulating among Chinese students and their relatives about whether students would actually be welcome in the United States amidst what they see as bipartisan anti-China sentiment.
It's not the Chinese people. It's not. I mean, are there some nationalists that's crazy? Yes, they probably same thing about us, people out there, because I see the text messages come through. But it is the belief and the party. This isn't trying to open up their hearts and minds and any of that stuff. Yes, these kids are coming here for an education. And when they say it's a big moneymaker, if you don't know, they pay cash. These aren't poor kids. You hear people going, these are poor kids that have come here and they swam across the ocean and they broke bricks in a hot sun. No, these are all wealthy kids who are paying full rate to go to school. And that includes most foreign students. They may get a grant here, a grant there, but most of them, no. It isn't that way. Not happening that way. So this is a moneymaker for them. 280,000. Whew. That is a lot. And they're all at, not many of them at your JCs, junior college, your 13th grade. Elon's gone. For those of you not keeping score, last night was it. He sent out a text message saying, bye. And, of course, the controversies around all of the stuff with Doge.
For months, Musk has been working to slash agencies as a special government employee, attempting to cut trillions in federal spending, but facing resistance from the public, lawmakers, and members of Trump's cabinet. And in the last hours of working for the administration, Musk publicly breaking with the president on his massive spending bill, arguing it would undo their own efforts to shrink the federal government.
Which will, as long as people can vote on the things that they want, they'll vote on the things that they want. If you give a whole bunch of kids the opportunity to grade their own paper with very little repercussion negatively coming to them, what do you think's going to happen? Like if I told you, all right, Belle, you and I are in school, and I told you, hey, they told us we could grade our paper, we could give it whatever we want, and we are not going to get in trouble for it. What are you going to do? You going to give yourself an F?
Yeah, probably an A.
Yeah, probably. Maybe B. Maybe if I'm like, maybe if I'm feeling generous to the school.
I'm feeling honest.
B, D. No. It's not that.